think we're going to need to bring stretching back into my morning routine, my morning coffee show routine. Oh, I don't want to stretch too much because then I'll untuck my shirt and it'll throw off my whole vibe for the day. The first tuck in the morning is always the best tuck. So we'll just try and do some hip rotations and some hip rotations the other way. Kind of working out a couple of the joints that we all have. Kind of look funny doing it. Look at this steam. You know what that steam means? It means it's pretty chilly. I think it's 35 degrees and I'm standing here, not in a t-shirt, but the equivalent of a t-shirt. Good morning from Waco. Got a apron on. Got my suit pants. It's kind of funny. I didn't know for sure that they were going to provide pants here at Yellowstone. Because of that, I brought a pair of suit pants. I used to have a lot of fancy suits and fancy clothes. Good morning. Good morning from Spain. But anyway, I used to have a lot of fancy suits and clothes and ties and stuff like that. And I decided, I'm never going to wear these suits, or probably not. So I brought a pair of my black suit pants out with me. And on my ride from Chicago, it's going to be cold. I'm sitting on a cold metal park bench. What I do for you all. What I do for the art that is Coffee with Ken. But anyway, and I got here a day later than I was supposed to. And I know the problem. Had to turn off the Wi-Fi. I was having problems. I'm about, I don't even know where the Wi-Fi center is here in Yellowstone, but I'm probably 50 or 100 yards from it. And I was challenging the distance, and it was disconnecting me and reconnecting me, so I had to turn it off real quick. Video's paused again, yeah. But anyway, I didn't get my Yeti yet, but I think it was mailed yesterday, priority mail, and I'm not sure the Yeti came with it. I had a few things of very important thing, my debit card, medication I take, and maybe my purple Yeti. It depends if my ex-wife was being super sweet to me when she packaged up my things, or just fairly sweet. So we'll find out in a couple days, and I'll keep you posted. I'm looking forward to getting my Yeti, hopefully the purple one, but if I don't, I'll get maybe one with Yellowstone. But anyway, I was telling a story, but before I tell a story, good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Thursday morning. I believe it's June 20th. It is 5:57 a.m. Happy Thursday. This is a show I've been doing for quite some time. It's a show about me talking. It's a show about me sharing some experiences, sharing some feelings, sharing some ups and downs we have in life, kind of sharing the journey that is my life. And again, I believe it's 35 degrees where I'm at. It's a dry 35 degrees, so it's not as cold as you think. But I made the executive decision as I was leaving my dorm on my walk to the cafeteria and on my way to the dining room where I'm going to be working the breakfast shift that I wouldn't need a coat today. So I sit before you feeling sort of foolish in really cold temperatures. I mean, fairly cold temperatures with just this shirt on. Sitting on a metal picnic table. Freezing my booty off. So, which brings me to this. For those that have been watching a while, it's not just a show about me talking. For those that have been watching a while, it's also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I got a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me. And I am so excited to take my first sip at this early hour. My hope is that wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you got a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. Oh, I know the viewers cry out for it, but sometimes I wish I had a shorter introduction so I could get to the coffee a little quicker. I live in Yellowstone, have for the last month, and give you a quick view. Here I am, some mountains off that way, Some mountains off that way, some trees. Not a whole lot of trees here in Wyoming, I noted. Or the trees that are here are all pine trees. I think that would be hard for me long term. I kind of like seasons and leaves and fall and changing of the colors. And I'm imagining most of these evergreens don't change colors. That's why they're named evergreens. But anyway, I because I'm in Yellowstone, we get a lot of tourists from all over the world. We get a lot of tourists from Asia. And as I'm walking across the street, I had an older Asian man looking at me, and he was wearing this big, heavy winter coat. And he couldn't speak English, but I joked with him that I needed his coat because it's cold out. And I think he understood. Again, just you can almost communicate without words. I guess when you see a crazy guy walking around with a short sleeve shirt on a really cold day and you see another man wearing a parka, the crazy man might want to take the parka. I didn't really, but the temptation was there because it's a cold day and we had both had a laugh over it. I was talking about my pants earlier, how I'm wearing my suit pants. I checked in late. I rove here it'll be 4 weeks ago tomorrow. I was supposed to get in 4 weeks ago today. But due to weather issues in the park, they shut some roads and I couldn't get in. And I'm riding my scooter and it was snowy and cold and nasty. And I got trapped outside of the park for a day. But anyway, missed my check-in and I was late. And because of that, we get our uniforms from an area down in Gardner, Montana. Thank you. And we get our uniforms down in an area, again, in Gardner, Montana. And they gave me my shirt. They offered me a belt. I told them I brought one. And she said, what size pants are you? And I tried all these different pants on, and we got just the right measurement, which I've forgotten already. But then she looked at her inventory, and I believe it was all she had were like 32 38s. And 38s are for a really tall man. And I'm 6'2", so I'm fairly tall. But to wear 38s, you'd probably have to be 6'5", 6'6", or something like that. So they would have been dragging on the ground. And she goes, we could take them in. And they've been taking them in, and they're in the housing department. But I haven't yet picked them up. I'm fairly pleased. with the suit pants that I pop on every day. So, yeah, that's a fairly long, worthless story. But here we go. Oh, that is good. So it's Thursday morning. Got a couple shifts. I'm working the breakfast shift and the lunch shift, and then I'm off for 2.5 days. And I'm looking forward to those 2.5 days off. And this morning and yesterday, I had some tougher moments. I had bits of loneliness. I saw my kids again. I FaceTime with them. I try and FaceTime a couple times a day, and I was kind of teary-eyed or crying a little bit as I missed my little boy as he was throwing out these little kisses to me. And I got back from my work shift, and I was talking to my roommate, and is a nice guy. But he came here with a woman that he seems to care deeply about, and they always wanted to be roommates or live together or what have you. And the housing department enabled it for him yesterday, and he and his lady moved into a room in a different building together yesterday. And it made me a little sad a little bit, because he was a good guy, a guy I could have gotten along well with for the time I'm here, an older dude, a guy that doesn't drink, kind of a Christian man, and a good guy from Mississippi. And it made the turnover, the transientness, or the temporariness of my situation kind of hit home. And the fact that I was missing my babies earlier in the day, and the fact that my roommate was moving in with his lady friend, and the fact that I'd had a lot of turnover in my roommates. The first day, one of my roommates had a health issue and had to leave, and I had a guy come in for training for a little bit, and then one of my original roommates ended up moving in with a guy in his work department and just that he was buddies with, and nothing personal, I know, but it kind of, I don't know if it hurt my feelings, kind of made me a little bit sad. And I go, I'm trying to get to know these people, shake their hand and find out where they're from and what have you. And, they kind of passed through my time here a little quicker than I expected. And somebody told me once long ago that, not everybody's meant to be in your life together. And I don't have any intimate relationship with my roommates. It just, there was a lot of turnover in 4 weeks. And the fact that I kind of missed home a little bit kind of struck a nerve and kind of made me sad a little bit. And again, not everybody's meant to be in your life forever, and some people are passing through for a very short time, and apparently these roommates were for a very short time, and they're on their way in life, and I'm off in my way in life as well. And but it still made me sad. It still made me sad. And I went into the housing department and said, is there anything that can be done? Is there anything that can be done? And apparently there was nothing that could be done. And there's nothing that can be done. And maybe nothing needed to be done. I just needed to get my head in a better place and feel a little better. And I don't know, maybe pray, maybe think about things I was grateful for, maybe go back on some of my foundations that are part of what enabled me to get here. And that's thinking about things I'm grateful for and thinking about challenges as just challenges and overcoming the hard times and feeling that God is making me stronger or teaching me things or making me more ready for what lays ahead. And instead of being bummed out, and I was a little bummed out, but trying to be, instead of being bummed out about the difficulties that I'm facing, thank God for them. And it's weird to do, but it's a huge transition in your life when you can do it. Good morning, Tommy John. And but if you can do it and you look at the challenges you're given as opportunities to get better or learn or practice or what have you, it's amazing how much your attitude can change and your perspective on life can change. And when you find little things you're grateful for, like a hot cup of coffee on a Thursday morning, I don't know, life goes a lot better. So let's have a little more. It's going to be a real short one for you because, as you know, I get to start work at 6:15. But real quickly, as I was kind of licking my wounds yesterday of missing my kids and having my roommate, Will Bill said, it seems like this move and your plans are working for me. I would say not seamlessly, not every way I could have imagined. I would imagine feeling like things were a little different, but a lot of times we wish things were to be a little different, and they're not. And we have to learn to deal with it and go smoothly with it. The job is great. It's hard. I'm tired, and I'm maybe not that good at it. I'm a waiter at a restaurant, and I'm good at talking and mixing it up and entertaining the customers, but I'm not good at a lot of the aspects of being a waiter, to be honest with you. So I deal with that. The pay is good. The housing's housing, and the food is food. So I have that. I'm fortunate to live up the mountain from Gardner, Montana, and to be able to visit there on a daily basis. I went there twice yesterday. I went there after work and started nodding off in a comfortable seat while I was having my coffee. And I went back a little later after dinner because honestly I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I didn't feel like sticking around, kind of feeling sorry for myself and licking my wounds. So I got on my scooter and rode back down to my favorite little cafe restaurant and ordered a non-alcoholic beer, which kind of felt fun, like I belonged a little bit. And actually ended up having 3. And it was kind of a nice night. And I read my book, almost finished the book I started. I'll finish it today. I edited a bunch of videos and I posted them online, and my audience grew. And I almost finished my book, which feels good. and I'm excited to finish it and probably grab another one from the library in our dorm and crack into that because I think it's a good I don't know, thing for me to do if I'm feeling lonely up in the mountains, kind of take my mind away and I don't know, read a little fiction novel. I was thinking about it earlier. Some people have issues with me drinking non-alcoholic beer, which I think's funny. I don't know why they'd have issues with anything I'm doing, but they do. And I don't drink that many. And as a guy that used to drink beer every day, and a lot of it, I'll tell you, it's not the same thing as non-alcoholic beer. I had 3 last night, and that was by far as many as I wanted. I had no desire for a fourth, and I really barely had a desire for a second. The want and the craving and the need to keep going isn't there. And I probably had a 12-pack of non-alcoholic beer over the last 6 months. So it's not at all the same thing as drinking regular alcohol. And I'd also tell people that have issues with something I'm doing to mind their own goddamn business. It's none of their business. It's funny, though. Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to have one more sip of coffee. Coors NA is the worst. Peroni NA is the best. Well, we get a couple different choices. I appreciate that. But anyway, it's 6:11. I got to go in for work. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to take one more swig of coffee. I appreciate you joining me on this Thursday morning. I got to get another hot cup of coffee. Might get the stuff from the dining room. It tastes better. I appreciate you so much. I hope your week is going well. I hope you're feeling good. Hope you're excited about your day and you got a great night's sleep. And I want to thank you all so much for joining. I appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Hope you're feeling good. I hope you're loving yourself. I hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.